Hello, everyone. My name is Stilyan, and I'm a product manager at Consensus. And today I'm going to share with you how we envision decentralizing customer care through Village DAO. So before I joined Consensus, I was working for a DAO, which was focused on the metaverse. And we heard a great presentation relating that just before me. And the DAO was focused on building products, enabling new markets within the metaverse. And the whole team was very excited to work on this. We were very psyched. It was a very hot topic back then. It's picking up right now, I guess, again. But interestingly enough, we launched the DAO just a month before Facebook announced that they're that they're rebranding to Meta and that they're moving all their efforts to the metaverse. So we were very excited about this. But what happened is that we got a ton of users in our Discord server. It was just an influx of people coming in, asking questions, what we're doing, how we're doing it. So it wasn't only us that were excited. We also had a lot of users excited about it. And what happened is that the team, who's usually focused on building the product, jumped into the Discord and started kind of like addressing people's questions and answering the questions. And when I joined Consensus and started working on Village DAO, I learned that MetaMask also had a similar experience. So back when times were a little bit more turbulent, I learned that MetaMask support inquiries volume did a 10x over a span of a quarter, which was kind of brutal to the team. It put a lot of strain on the customer care team of MetaMask. And you know, it's almost impossible to scale your customer operations in a quarter's time to such an extent to do a 10x. And the last thing I want to share with you on this slide is, I think 3 weeks ago, my team and I had a chat with a French tax company. They're helping you declare your tax when you're dealing with crypto in France. Last night I Googled that in Italy you have to declare your tax by the 30th of September, if I'm not mistaken. But in France, the tax season is the first quarter of the year. So what the team shared was that they have a lot of people coming in around February, March, when tax season comes in, and they have questions around how do I connect my wallet, how do I make sure that all my transactions are going to be analyzed by the tool, and also they have tax questions, which I'm not getting into, right? So what it turns out is that whether you're a big company, a smaller one, or your business is seasonal, sometimes you do have a large influx of users coming in. And when this large influx of users comes in, you need to address those users. And you know, those are just several examples of our ecosystem. I'm sure some of you have been in Discord servers where it's hard to keep up what's happening in general, right? And now that I've mentioned Discord, if we look at this situation from a user point of view, so I'm a user, I need help with something, I need an answered question. Most likely, I'll end up in Discord, which is fine. Although sometimes Discord might feel like a little bit of a jungle, but it's one of the main channels, I would say. Another option is me ending up in a forum type of software, kind of like a discourse type of thing, or I would end up in a Telegram chat. And you know, I would say those are the most common channels we have today when someone has a question around the product. And interestingly enough, in all those channels, there always seems to be someone who is happy to help out, someone who knows what's up, someone who is knowledgeable about the topic. And some of you might be those people who are onboarding users to your favorite Web3 products. Or if you are not one of those people, you know, I'm sure you can think who are those people within your communities, who are those people who help help users, and probably Discord PFPs are popping up, in your head. But basically, this is not something new, right? I mean, this is not something that's new or exclusive to our ecosystem. So we have Stack Overflow, we have Quora, we have Reddit, and if we go a little bit back, we have Yahoo Answers. And it seems like when there are enough people who care about a certain community or enough people who care about a certain topic, they're happy to help out. They're happy to help a user out. And we call those people communal experts, or experts for short, right? And on one hand, we have users, or an influx of users, and we have actually experienced this. And from another end, we have the dynamics of today's ecosystem, right? I mean, the dynamics of a community today. To put a structure to this landscape, we created Village DAO. And Village DAO is a community success protocol that empowers engaged community members, experts, to provide support on behalf of Web3 products and services. The platform is designed to address the growing customer needs and reward users who are impactful in the community. At its core, actually, Village DAO is a chat system or a chat service that connects experts to users to address any customer care situation. So I'll try to explain how it works in my favorite way, through a diagram. So we have the users, we have the experts, and we have the Web3 products and services, which we call brands for short. So users come in and they need some support. They get support through Village DAO, and the support through Village DAO is provided through the experts. The experts in return get some rewards for their efforts, and the rewards are actually funded by those Web3 products or services. And what do the brands get in return for that? They get to solve their customer care and engage their community. So we believe Village DAO is a way forward to enable a Web3 native way to customer care. So what we have done so far? Well, we launched Village DAO on the 26th of July, and we launched it with MetaMask as our launch partner. We wanted to try to bring value to one of the biggest products in our ecosystem, and I can safely say we are doing that. Village DAO is live. Users of MetaMask are coming in, solving their issues through Village DAO, and basically this is how the platform looks like today from a user perspective, right? As I said, at its core, it's a chat service. Coming in, a user comes in, asks a question, gets connected to a MetaMask expert in our case, and this is how it looks like today. Right, and because we're on this path to create this Web3 native way of addressing customer care, we believe details are important in order to have the smoothest ride possible. So Village DAO operates on Polygon, and experts access the platform through a soulbound token, which is issued from the brands that onboard the experts once the expert is vetted and then ready to get onboarded. And experts get rewarded in wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped ETH, USDC on Polygon, and the distribution of rewards happens through a ranking system. And we do have a season system in place, which is basically, we have time epochs of 1 month to distribute rewards so we can better or more easily manage the reward system. Right, what's next? So, at the moment, we are focused on scaling the product. We are focused on enabling the platform to be able to scale so we can provide the structure to more Web3 products and services, because we do believe it already brings value. And as we do that, we hope to understand better the use cases, understand better the problems of those companies, and so we can enhance Village DAO's effectiveness and capabilities. And that's an example, the example that I gave you about the French cryptocurrency tax company. You know, the seasonality was something very interesting to us and something to think about. And last but not least, Village DAO was created with a mission to better customer care in Web3. So we have always imagined it as a piece of infrastructure that's owned and governed by the ecosystem. And that's why we named it Village DAO. In our agenda, it's marked as upcoming because what our experience and our observations show is that it's better for a product to have some traction before it's being transitioned to a DAO. So that's what we're trying to do. Best case scenario, reach product market fit so we can transition the product to a DAO in a more smoother manner. And if you think there is a brand that can benefit from using Village DAO, I'd be happy to grab a coffee. Thank you.
Hi. Hi, thank you for the explanation. A couple of questions to understand what is the real value of a customer care platform on Web3 compared to anything that is already out there. If I understand well, the interactions with the experts are on a one-to-one basis, so they're not building an open community of knowledge that is available to everyone.
Right.
But these are like chats, like one-on-one. So that brings in, I think, a couple of challenges, and forgive me, I'm a bit of a challenger by nature.
Sure.
There's no moderation.
Yeah.
There's no way to review and assess whether the expert is really expert. And given the fact that the experts are rewarded with real money, this might bring in some bias on the quality and the amount of responses that they give. Combine this with the fact that in the old, in the old world of communities, experts were rewarded on the most important money, that is credibility and authoritativeness. How does this gonna work? Because this seems to be a bit of a black box with one-to-one interactions that actually don't create knowledge base and don't create a knowledge base around servicing customers. Thank you.
Yeah. Great question. You don't seem that old, but basically, I'll try to address your questions one by one. So you're right. At the moment, Village DAO works as a one-to-one chat system where we don't build a public knowledge base, and this is something that we have been debating. We haven't kind of like we have thought about this, and we have not excluded it completely, but at the moment we believe that a one-to-one kind of like chat interaction brings more value to actual users. And, you know, in terms of credibility and kind of like the real reward of experts in the old ways of community, at the moment we do have a ranking system, which is a gamified element for experts. So the longer you stick around, the better you perform, the better you provide value to users from the community, you rank up. So you start from bronze, moving to silver, kind of like a ranking system. So we do have kind of like the reputation element embedded into the system, because the way experts operate, and you're absolutely right, reputation is a key thing in this type of situation. Your other question in terms of how do we ensure those people are really experts. So there are multiple ways to address that. One of the ways is what we have done with MetaMask as our first client. We opened the application to everyone. So we hit, I would say, a little bit the application form into our FAQs just to make sure that we channel and we target people who are really interested in the platform rather than just getting an influx of a lot of applications coming in. And that's one way to do it, right? That's one way to figure out who is the people who are actually interested in doing this service. Another way to do it is actually appointing people or allowing a community to vote who are the people who can provide this service. And from our preliminary talks with different brands, it seems like communities do know who are those people within them, do know who are the people who actually help them out and provide value. And the quality, right? We have envisioned a a way for brands to kind of like have some level of control over what's happening on the platform and what's happening behind their customer care platform, in this situation, Village DAO, where you can monitor what's happening, or where you can revoke access if this is something that's not happily, if you're not happy with the service that your experts are providing. But we do believe in a more, I would say, we're looking at from a more, from a point of view where we believe experts do want to help and experts do want to provide the value that they're already providing. We're just putting a structure to that. I hope this clarifies a bit your questions. Thank you. Thank you.